Hey guys, welcome back to The Reactor. I'm Matt, and in the studio I got Mr. Emmanuel Simon Sakata. Say what's up to the fans.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
It's been a long time. We haven't done this one in it should be a year or something. Right? Yeah, but now we're back, and we're back with the bang, the usual reactor. We're going to be reacting to a lot of things today.
Yeah.
What do you have for us on the plate? Let me hear from you first. What are we reacting to?
All right. Have you ever had Karutsen, Pfira Dandy?
No. What's it about?
There's this trending video of this young man from Tuku.
Alright.
Who did a little freestyle, a dance, and people are liking it.
Okay.
I'll play it for you now, and then you can just tell me what you think about it.
Alright.
Pfira Dandy. Dandy. I actually think this young man is actually talented. He's called Superman. You bullied that guy.
I actually don't think I didn't do that.
No, I don't chew. So what do you think? Okay, fine. I keep on imposing my perception. What do you think?
I think different these times, definitely. And
is it?
Yeah, the way he just mixed up the words and came up with it. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Pretty good,
yeah. That's why I've seen so many people on the status saying Pfira Dandy.
Yes, that's what's happening.
I did not get it whatsoever. But you know, one thing that would be interesting, who makes Dandy bubblegums? It's Dandy. It's the company called Dandy.
Yeah.
They should get this guy though. And when was the last time you saw a Dandy ad? Anyway. See, this guy, if they're clever, they can just spin this into their own.
But you think it work? It's like Pfira Dandy, it's not like Saga Dandy.
Oh yes, because of the messaging now.
It sounds negative.
Like Pfira Dandy. Yeah. I guess if I was another bubblegum maker, I'd say Pfira Dandy and Chumai.
Exactly, Chumai.
Yeah.
So what do you have for me?
Mine's like totally on the opposite side.
Okay, science,
not science necessarily, but then it's about a heist. Heist. It's three guys who stole 243 million worth of cryptocurrency.
Zimbabwe?
No, not Zimbabwe. They're based in America. They stole 243 million worth of cryptocurrency. I'm getting to a point with this.
Alright, yes.
How it happened is they managed to convince a creditor that their account had been hacked.
Okay.
By sending the messages and by calling them. So they got the creditor to change his two-factor authentication code. When he done that, they took all his funds. So now what these guys were doing, like one guy spent like 500,000 in one night at a club. He bought girls Lamborghinis, bought them Birkin bags. I think a Birkin bag should be about $2,000, $3,000. He was just buying like.
Oh, it's the same guys.
Yeah, it's the same guy. Now they're spending the money.
And that's always how they get caught.
That's one of the ways they got caught. So now this guy was now bragging on social media. The problem that when he was now showing the screen of his laptop, his name was at the bottom. Then they just connected to it and they caught the guys. But then now the interesting part where I'm getting to, this heist, when I saw this heist, when it went down, I thought it was like the biggest heist in cryptocurrency. Guess how much the biggest heist is?
Which one did you just...
243 million.
243 million. Money is you watch Money is, right?
Yeah, I tried to, but I couldn't.
You couldn't finish it?
I couldn't.
That's a dope item. Yeah, 250 million, probably... about $1 billion?
Close? 4.5 billion.
I'm close.
4.5 billion.
4.5 billion.
It's a couple. These guys were like creme de la creme of the thieves. They stole 4.5 billion from a crypto exchange, right? Then what they done is they laundered the money in such a sophisticated way that when they stole the money, I think it was in 2016, they were finally prosecuted in 2023. But what they did is to launder the money, the wife became a rapper and became an entrepreneur. So she would do music videos
and clean them up.
boasting about I'm the richest person because they just robbed this company for 4.5 billion.
Those were the lyrics.
Yes. But now look at it like this. When they actually robbed the money in 2016, it was 71. It was worth 72 million. But by 2023,
Inflation
it was
made it
worth, not inflation.
What?
You know, cryptocurrencies increase.
Oh, it's
in value.
crypto, yes.
It increases in value. So they stole 71 million, but now it's equals to 4.5 billion.
Wow.
So my question is this: when was the last time you ever heard about crypto in Zimbabwe?
Cash, Baba. I even have an account in Zimbo Cash.
How much do you have though?
I have quite a bit. I think I have, what, 13,000, I don't know. But I have a bit of money because I put money there actually hoping to one day to get money. Remember, I even bought, I think that to think Zimbo took $100.
Yeah, I remember.
And I just kept it there. So I even check the account once in a while. What is it again? It should be worth about 800 US last time I checked.
But why do you think we haven't adopted cryptocurrency? Since cryptocurrency works to that extent, in the sense that in 2016, money that was worth 71 million is worth 4.5 billion. Which currency do you know appreciates like that? Not depreciates, but appreciates. Why haven't we adopted cryptocurrency? Yeah.
I think anything to do with tech in Zimbabwe is a little bit hard because you realize right now if you throw a stone, you can hardly hit someone who understands the computer. Even though this one which called.
Sad but true, yeah.
Saga to even move from that to crypto, Apple, even Mariam phone chai. Of course, EcoCash tried to make people understand it, but a lot of people don't really appreciate Mariam banking system. People don't trust it. So people don't bank. People don't really trust what money so technology is not really well indoctrinated in Zimbabweans. Teachers will crypto, maybe it's possible, but from my 2 cents, I think it's going to be a long time.
Yeah, that's my story.
Alright.
Yeah, that's my
So
story.
this guy is trying to look so sophisticated, talking about cryptocurrency in the Pfira Dandy. This way.
No, I think
this is the same
this
show.
This is the contrast we need in the show.
Because of the suit.
No, it's just the contrast. It's just the contrast. I don't know what
Anywho,
yeah.
fine.
You better pull out something creme de la creme.
Okay, fine. You hear about Mutukudzi?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I heard. Actually, when I was with Mr. Madam, when I got in, they were having a heated conversation about Mutukudzi and Daisy and
yeah, because it's looking very bad because there's like a little fight happening between the other kids on a Selma and the other one on the Sandra, and apparently Mutukudzi had the wife and Daisy. And apparently Daisy didn't treat the other kids well.
Okay.
So it's only coming out now, and it seems like Mutukudzi was aware of that, but he wasn't doing anything.
Yeah,
that's pretty sad.
That's nice. And I think all this is just coming from the fact that, as you said, he never done anything in his lifetime. R.I.P. No hate. But probably when he was alive, he never set up the structures so that we don't see the side of the family feud. Because I think if there's going to be a family feud, in that sense, it means Dara and Hopnat or Sotajon.
Definitely.
Before he's dead. So now everyone is now just.
It is painting him so bad. It's good because Dara was an icon. Everyone used to look at Dara as an icon, and now it's not really looking good at all.
Yeah, definitely. It brings that things when you know your heroes on a personal level. When you see their struggles, then it stops being a hero.
They're painting him now. Everyone is, making fun of him. Dara. What lessons can you draw from this event?
I think you need to plan your estate while you're still alive. No matter who you are, you really need to plan your estate, because when you die, people's perceptions when you're gone change versus when you're around. So planning your estate when you're alive really helps your kids, your wife, your relatives, everyone. So I think that's a culture. That's another thing again with us Zimbabweans. We don't have that culture of planning an estate. Do you even have a will?
No, I don't have.
You don't think you're gonna die anytime soon? Will.
My will will be blank.
Same shit. Good one. That's a dope track. You guys should check it out. Same shit. It's called My Will, right?
Yep, My Will.
But yeah, I don't think we have that. We don't even plan.
But they say with Ndara it was there, and apparently when it was read, even here, when I say Mawa Snatcher, but
wow, it was that.
That's what they said. I don't know.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
To my manager, or maybe the social media is also saying stuff. Yeah,
Alright. But you know, interestingly enough, when you do die, the court considers your spouse first before they consider the children.
See now.
So whatever you had goes to the spouse, then the spouse is the one to distribute to the children. Unless I guess you stipulate in a different way, but usually
automatically the spouse. Because since she's the one who had 50-50.
Yes. So the children are the last thing. Now even if they're now children from other women, now imagine. The current spouse is the one who
detects the way who gets what.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a lesson for men out there. Alright, we're back. We're back coming from a break.
Alright. So I was saying Oliver Mutukudzi saga. We should call it a saga, right? It can't be extreme. It's not a saga, it's ongoing.
Alright.
So yeah, I think it ties in, it's a good segue into the one that's on the other side of the ocean. This one's in America, yet again. But wait, no, it's still a reaction. It's still a reaction. Look at this, it's the Diddy case.
Alright, yeah, of course. Let's
the Diddy case. How can we not talk about the Diddy case?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, alright. On the Diddy case, what's your take though?
I don't know.
Did Diddy do it?
I really don't know. I've never gotten any information, but from the looks of it, looks like the guy actually did something.
Okay.
Because there are tapes, we have their tapes, and we see some things leaking. I've seen a small clip of him and Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart is holding a microphone, is sort of hosting the whole thing. I mean, there was a woman in the pool, and there's other women sitting around, and then this other woman in the pool, she catches fire on her head, and Kevin Hart is laughing like that, as if it's normal. So I think there's fire here, because smoke, we can see smoke.
Okay.
Yeah, and we've even seen some videos of him having some funny contact with Bieber, even Asha. So I think he did something. Did it, bro.
Did it.
That's what I think.
Allegedly did
Yeah.
it. But don't you think it's indicative of someone who's in a position of power? Don't you think people in a position of power?
Yeah.
They might not be as bad as Diddy, but once you have power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts.
You're right. Yeah, you're correct. I think one of the first thoughts that came to my mind when I heard about Diddy's issue is I thought probably these guys trying to relive what the whites used to live during slavery era. Because I'm thinking these guys, they are the descendants of slaves, and they're thinking this we came from a very terrible life, and this is how they used to treat us. And probably now it's just the slave becoming the master. So I just thought, if probably we were in similar situations, in a similar country or position, we probably do something like that, because you have been raised to have a certain perception, and you think once you have money, you're supposed to treat people in a certain way.
And I think even here locally, I think people do it. It's only that we just don't see it. But
Is it, eh?
I think people in power are corrupt to a certain extent, because power corrupts. You can really say there's someone who has power who's benevolent, who doesn't do anything sinister.
Yeah, it's hard to paint everyone with the same brush. I also want to think they're outliers.
Outliers, yes. But I think they should be an extent to say you cannot be as corrupt as XYZ, but to a certain extent though. I mean, you have power. Let's assume you have power right now, or even the power that you have right now. You have the power to tell someone and say, go and do this, do that, do this, the way that I want. You get the sense? Isn't that a form of exercising your power? Because it's the way that you want.
Yeah,
not the way that you want to do it, the way that I want you to do it, go and do it.
You see now, the difference that then just arises when you do something in an abusive manner.
Okay.
Of course, Isusu, we work in the world with the laws that are set by government and any institution that sees over us, for example, the government itself. So if the law says this is criminal and this is criminal, we only try to do things that are not criminal. So if criminal is to abuse women, if criminal is to put a knife into someone, then we won't do that. But as long as we agree that you're going to do what I want you to do, and we both agree and it's not criminal, I don't think that kind of exercising of power is wrong. Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, we're talking about did he do it. So I got a question, or I think let's call it a question. To say these people are claiming that Diddy done it to them back then, and most likely he's been doing it continuously. But to a certain extent, let's say someone who has a reputation in a specific area, we know that this person has a reputation. So most likely, if you find yourself at that person's house, or if you find yourself going to see that person, don't you think that reputation precedes them? what I'm trying to say is all the parents who let their kids go to Diddy's house, or all the actors and singers who ever went to Diddy's house, don't you think they already had a reputation of Diddy? Especially when I'm talking about the women. Please, women, don't hate on me, but yeah, I'm just trying to get a little bit of clarification. Probably you, the viewers, can tell us what you think about this one. But if you are a girl, let's assume you're a girl, right? Then a rapper, a famous, not even say a rapper, let's just say a famous person calls you to the house. What do you think the person wants to do? Play chess?
But it's a party, God. They're called to parties, bro.
True.
And people go to parties all the time.
True, people go to parties all the time, but you don't go to a party hosted by Philip Chiango all the time. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If it's Philip Chiango, where's a party? It's already a different class of people.
So what are you saying?
What I'm saying,
it's okay.
No, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying to a certain extent, I think people see these things happening, right? But we normalize things because they happen. You get what I'm trying to say? Only years later, after it has happened, is when we now want to say, but you know, only years later. But during the moment, people don't think to speak up. And
you think by that time those guys were doing it, they actually thought it was alright and they all accepted it.
Yes.
Only until now,
that's when it came to the realization. But you know, it was really bad. But during that moment, being invited to, because let's take for example R. Kelly. R. Kelly will go to the parents and say, I want your daughter to come and visit me at my house. And the daughter is like 14, 15, and she's going to a mansion with a 35-year-old man. Like,
is that a real case or?
No, that's like a real case. Like what? Like, because they were saying Justin Bieber particularly went to the Diddy. What's it called? Diddy Love Camp. No, it was Usher who went to the Diddy Love Camp and stayed there for a year when he was 15. Like, which right parent in their right mind would send their child to a 28-something-year-old man and say, stay with this man, will teach you how to be famous? To a certain extent, don't you think?
But Matthew, I think here. This is a man. A man says, I've identified talent in your child. I can groom your child. It's not like it's a female child, it's a boy. Of course, yes, there are allegations that he was sodomizing these kids. But then, by that time, probably they never thought it that way. Just like sending your child to boarding school or this was something. We always do
boarding
that.
School, like the one guy, bro. We send him to his house,
But it's the same thing. Like we give custody to strangers that we don't know at their house, which is a school, which is a college. And we just trust. It could be the same case. My parents, I don't trust what this guy will do. So I don't know why you're trying to blame the parents and the other guys.
No, I'm not trying to blame. The point that I'm trying to bring out is most of the times what happens with us people is we see things happening, right? And we let these things happen because it seems to be normal. Right? Only years later, that's why we find years later these people are coming back and they say, no, he abused me when I was 21, when I was 16. Because then it seemed normal. Or probably fine, they were too afraid to come out.
I was going to say that.
Probably yes. It probably be that. But I think to a certain extent, if the community, if his guards, if his makeup artists, if his stylists, if his butlers, his maids used to see people getting drunk and intoxicated and whatnot, and no one spoke about it. It seemed as if it was.
It's a little bit different
culture.
Now, Matthew. I understand where you're coming from, but the environment that you're talking about, they're so different. They're worlds apart. Back then, it was hard to communicate stuff. Now it's so easy. It just takes a TikTok, it just takes a little thing, and it trends, and it can blow up to something very, very big. We have louder voices now than back then. It was very hard. It was even hard to even corroborate your story.
Okay.
Now it's so easy. Just put a story, then everyone says, me too, from China, from wherever.
So you're saying the platforms didn't exist?
Yes, they were not there. The next thing, what shop you are gone. But now, the moment I even say something on the internet, now even if I say something negative about a very powerful person, everybody knows about it. They cannot disappear. Someone will even say, man, I disappear. And everybody will even know about my disappearance. So it's a little bit different. Saga, you cannot really say, I don't think it's fair.
Alright. Nah, I'm convinced. It makes sense. The platforms are there for people to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my Diddy moment. If I offended anyone, please no. That wasn't the intention, but yeah. Diddy did it. Allegedly. Yeah.
You think he didn't? You think they're attacking black people?
No,
But there's that conspiracy too.
Say they're just attacking famous black people.
Well, I even heard a story about is it Ali? Is it Muhammad Ali?
Okay.
A boxer? Is it
Mike Tyson.
Is it Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson already got arrested, right? And he came out.
Yeah, for rape or something. I think so. I can't remember. Something along those lines.
Is it? Should be Mike Tyson, I guess. Because Mike Tyson, Dambo. I should be Mike. Dambo, Vicky was my baby. All that stuff, and he got arrested for that. And R. Kelly, similar situation.
Mm-hmm.
Then this guy too.
Yeah, this
Michael
guy.
Jackson, he also died.
Had his issues, yeah.
Well. Alright, okay. Anyways, what's your other story, Mike?
My other story is
So that we read up. Is what? Starlink, yes.
How can we not talk about Starlink? Starlink,
yeah, bro.
From the heavens, just arrived from the heavens to us,
My
people.
guy.
My question is, do you think people are going to adopt Starlink?
A
normal Zimbabwean.
I think what it will take is probably a few individuals who are moneyed a little bit, who are going to buy Starlink and put it in strategic positions in our communities, and I think everybody will access it that way. Obviously, our normal Zimbabweans are not going to, the majority of us are not going to be able to afford to just buy something $300, $600 just for internet. But I think once we get those individuals who are going to just buy and put in strategic places and probably charge, of course, then we'll have Starlink in our community. And I think that is inevitable. It's going to happen.
How about the other guys' reactions to Starlink?
Which guys?
Econet, PowerTel, Tel1.
Yeah. Some people are already adopting Starlink into their own portfolio. But I even heard rumors that some are being denied by portals and all that stuff. But then, obviously, the wisest thing is to just take Starlink and make it part of your.
And be a reseller, like what Tel1 did.
Exactly, be that.
So I think Econet is going to resell it.
They should do that.
You think so?
Yes.
Because Econet dropped their bundles. Now they have the $45 Smart Biz bundle.
I know the Smart Biz, it's kept at 5 megabytes. How fast can Starlink go?
It should be from 25 to 100 megabytes.
Do you see now?
Yeah, it's more.
Saga, I actually think for Econet, they definitely just need to find a way of adopting, because we cannot talk about them putting their own satellites up there. That's not even practical.
I was actually hearing this. Econet has a partnership with, is it Utelsat?
Who has satellites up there?
So Utelsat is like a competitor to Starlink.
Is it now?
So that's why Econet cannot necessarily be a reseller because of Quest. You remember with Quest?
Yeah.
That agreement they had. I think Utelsat's one of these guys who have satellites up there, so they like direct competition.
But are these satellites for internet, or they're just for?
They're planning to be like a direct competitor to Starlink.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe if they go that route, now there's a chance. Because the only way you can compete with things like Starlink is to have the same technology. They cannot keep on doing these nonsense of boosters and all that stuff. that doesn't work.
Boosters don't work.
Obviously, they're going to compete with
Starlink. They need to do something.
Yes, we need to see their things going in the sky as well. Photo reporter, my UFO.
It's about who do you report to if you see a UFO?
I don't know, bro. 919 plus 263.
Yeah, that's all I have, man. That's all I have for today. I don't know if you have anything else.
I'm good, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the show, and if you did, please make sure that you subscribe, like, and share.
See you guys on the next one. It's coming soon.